You both were watching movie together on Sunday. It was so comforting for you that he was able to spend time with you because since morning he was working only. You were giggling while watching the movie, having popcorn, but gasped after he slapped your hand away from the popcorn. It's just 20 minutes, the movie started, and you have emptied half of the popcorn. Focus on movie, not just on food. You did a nose crunch and pushed the popcorn bowl away. He chuckled, seeing you all pouty, and buried yourself in his chest like it was barely 20 minutes, and he could see you were almost on the verge of dozing off. He chuckled and feed you popcorn, making your eyes widen. It's okay, you can eat as much as you want, or you're all set to fall asleep, he said. His serene eyes adored her puffy cheeks because of stuffing too much popcorn in her mouth. He pecked her cheeks before taking her tiny body close to his chest in the blanket. In this chilled winter, my baby doll in my arms is like a magic. Or else she would always be hibernating with her blanket, always sleeping like a bear. You looked at him with eyes full of annoyance and tried to wiggle to free yourself, but no use. You are the bear, okay? And don't eye me. Yes, yes, married woman, he said, laughing, and pecked your forehead and continued watching the movie. Time skipped to morning. So, Mr. Mafia, are you having a peaceful gonna have a peaceful week without me since I'm going for the college trip? You said while coming downstairs. You saw his little upset face. Oh, someone is missing me already. But your smile faded after his cold words. Have your meals on time. Really? Just that? Are you not gonna say you're gonna miss me? Ajuma, at least you say you are gonna miss me, right? You said to her, making the headmaid giggle. Of course, Mrs. Kim, she said while patting your head and left. Though he didn't say much, but his actions were enough to soothe you. He himself feed you your breakfast since you are leaving for the entire week now. Someone is weak at words, huh? It's okay, just for a week, you said and pecked his cheeks before leaving. I sighed, thinking of all those happy memories. But things have changed. From the time you came from the trip, you were all different. You were always so distant and away from him. Your actions as if said, stay away from me or else I don't know what I'll do. He tried to talk to you, but you didn't said anything. He contacted your friends, but he wasn't able to get any information out of them. He got the CCTV camera checked, but he got nothing from that as well. But today, he was gonna get the things settled. He came in the room after your regular college. You were shocked to see Tai was there in that hour. She came early today. I didn't came home alone, but I came with one of your favorite thing, he said, showing you a big bottle of cold drink and your favorite snacks. He was shocked after he saw you panicking. No, that cold drink is not my favorite anymore. You fell on your knees and started going backwards. He was about to come to you when you screamed. Bhayan, what is wrong? He saw you started running. I want to go to mom's house. I want my mom. When slow, you'll fall on stairs. You didn't stop, but seeing you visibly shaken, he was losing his mind. Please let me go. She was choking because of tears in between. He didn't want it to hurt you anymore. He signaled the female guard, which was appointed recently after refused to take any male guard with you. He was shocked seeing your condition, but he still didn't want it to let go of you. But seeing your condition, he was scared what if you end up hurting yourself. Now he was 100% sure that someone tried to do something with you, or maybe something already happened. He checked everything related to you, but because of your privacy, he didn't invaded your phone yet. But he had enough. Now he will have a take a look at your phone. He took your phone and started checking everything and finally found your and your mom's chat. He didn't want it, but for you only he started seeing everything. He slowly read all the chats after you came back from the college trip. The phone slipped from his hand after reading everything. All this happened with her, but she didn't want to tell me anything. He looked down at the floor, remembering your miserable condition. He bit his lips, trying to control his anger for the time skip to your mom's house. As soon as I came, your mom got all alert and came in front of him. I want to know everything. What happened there? From your and her chats, at least I know. I have a clue of what happened. Calm down, Tights. If you are not gonna tell, I'll ask her myself. No, please don't. I'll tell you everything. Whatever she told me. She told me that that day she was alone. You were in the hotel room alone, as your friend went to shopping. But you weren't in the mood, and besides, I have already given you so many things which you didn't even need it. But sure, you were taking advantage of him being not there and having your cold drinks and stuff. You felt a little weird after you finished your cold drink. Everything was tasting fine until you had the last two sips, which had a weird aftertaste. You stood up and stumbled, feeling dizzy. Your PE professor was there looking at you. He chuckled and started coming close to you. Nothing, but just something enough. He was about to, but you immediately pushed him away. He, in anger, before you could do anything, but he heard someone coming inside. That forced him to leave you. The last thing you remember was you saw Yuji coming inside. After that incident, you tried calling your mom, but she wasn't picking up at that time. She was so scared that she lived with me for the 2 days. But because she didn't want to tell you anything, she tried to pretend everything was okay and went to mansion after the time of those 5 days trips got over. I told her, I tried to convince her to tell you everything, but she wasn't ready. She's scared that you'll leave her and her trust on the males decreased like anything. I was trying to calm her down, trying to convince her not to tell everything, but she was not ready at all. Trust me, in these 5 days, I asked her thousands of times and convinced her. But I was scared. Your mom was more scared seeing how silent and numb he was. But still, she knew that he can never harm you though. After sitting silently for after 20 minutes, he went to your room. He came to see you were all curled up like a ball crying in the corner. Princess, your heart stopped seeing him there. You immediately wanted to run from there. You didn't want it to see him in that condition. I know everything. He heard you breaking into sobs, but his steps didn't stop and came in front of you. He held the curtains and pulled it away from you, though you resisted, but he still managed. He looked at your puffy eyes and kissed your forehead. Let me go, Thai, not now. He didn't say anything and made you look up to him. For me, you're never dirty, but since you want it, I'll do that for you. He picked you up and carried you all the way to the washroom. He made you stand under the shower. Thai, what are you? You got cut after the cold water touched your body, making you shiver and flinch. He held your hand and came under the shower as well. Let me help you in this. You didn't hesitate it. You loved him like anything. In real, you wanted him in his touch after that incident, but it killed your courage and strength to do anything. His hand turned you around, back hugging you tightly, kissing your bare neck. Even if you would have been touched, still that does not change the fact that you are my partner. It's a shame that women had to feel scared of being abandoned and by the society after such incident. But I will not let that happen to my princess. She'll never think of herself as something dirty. I'll get your clothes. Go change and let's go home. Our mansion. You smiled and turned around, hugging him. You didn't wanted him to go from there for the moment. You hugged him and cried, poured out all your fears, stress, and everything. Time skip. after 10 minutes. He also changed into the dry clothes. He saw you were still hesitant to come with him to his mansion. He cupped your cheeks and pecked your lips and picked you up in bridal style. He started walking out when your mom interrupted. I let her stay here only for a few days. It's her house after all. She will. Don't forget, Mom. She is Mrs. Kim Wayan now. Her house is not this. It's where we live, where her H lives. That mansion is a house only in her presence. Your mom was sort of relieved as well, seeing his love and care for you. Please take care of her. I will. I shouldn't have agreed to her condition of letting her go without any guards in the trip, but that does not mean it's her fault. I know that. Trust your son in law. Time skip to mansion. He kissed your cheeks and made you sit on bed. He fed you your dinner. Will you promise me something? Your eyes had tears in the corner. He hugged you, nodding you gently. I came in the basement to greet this special guest, Mr. Hoon, who was already being, but he didn't know what was going to happen now. First, meet my special guest. He looked to the other side to see you were there, holding, it's my time. You got that? Tonight, this lesson will teach you, and you'll remember this forever.